we began to live in small ways preparedly. Here I show you on the screen our first crops that we planted in pots and in our front garden, in amongst our flower pots and garden beds. Here's another overview of some cucumbers in their vine state, growing in barrels, half barrels, tomatoes, lettuce growing in pots, pak choi, and various things of that nature, all growing in pots along the roadside in our garden, on the pathways. Here are some cabbages that we were so proud of that grew in the pots, and not a bug to be seen, not a bug.
Wow. And why do you think that is, Michelle? Because those look so beautiful.
Well, I think we planted them in organic soil mix my husband makes. We kept a very close eye on them because they were in our front garden. And so we did not see the amount of yellow fly and different things that we would normally see if they were on a very large scale. So I think that when you plant them in controlled environments, you are less likely to get bugs. We did not spray with any insecticides. The next slide is Sunday morning's harvest.
Wow, I love this fruits. I love it.
So the passion fruits grow on vines all across, quite crazy. They just cover things down. The limes are the West Indian. We have some West Indian lime and some seedless lime that come from being grafted with Seville orange, which some people might be familiar with. The back container is guava, and next to it is a mango, and down this side is some cherry tomatoes and some cherries and a pomegranate, all of which grow in our garden and all of which have fruit on them, you know, obviously seasonal. So here's where we get involved in making preserves and different things. So for instance, the well-known stewed guava and the hot pepper sauce from our peppers, some pickled onions, and in front of the various things there is some cinnamon bark and nutmeg that came from Grenada, compliments of a friend who came from Grenada. So you can use your crops that you get and store them, blanch them, steam and freezer dry them. Different things grow at different seasons, and you may not always have mango, but if you cut it up and put it in the freezer, you can take it down and use it in smoothies. We are even looking at bringing in a dryer, a machine that would actually dry fruit and dehydrate fruit, so that, you know, you see it in the supermarkets, you can get dried fruits and they're quite pricey, but there is a way we can make our own.
So let me ask you something, like the stewed guava that you have there, does it have sugar in it, or it's just?
It has cinnamon, it has bark in it. We put the bark in, and you can do the sugar to taste. So you don't have to put a whole lot, but you can put lots of spice in it, and different spices and cinnamon in it, and it's just as nice. And you can use, you just bring the water to the boil. You obviously have to peel the fruit, cut it in half, scoop out the insides. The insides now are used, you pulp that and you use that either in drink, you can strain and use that in a drink, or you can make jelly out of it.
Ah, this is a guava, so you cut the guava and you can, okay, so you're using every part of the fruit.
We use every part of it, yes. Yes. So that is another way that we can utilize everything that's in you know, that we're growing in our gardens. We can look to take the time. It does take a little bit of time. I'm not saying the preparation doesn't take time, but it actually will pay off in the long run, because you utilize all your fruits. You don't waste any. Yeah. Pawpaw is another thing we can freeze. pretty much everything freezes, passion fruit and everything, breadfruit. We steam and blanch breadfruit and steam that. Nothing really gets wasted. We put them in Ziploc bags, put them in the freezer, pull them down when you need them. Again, oh, well, let me skip to this. This is a little area in our yard. We just got some old metal frames that somebody was throwing out in their garbage. We stopped, picked them up, put a frame on the top, and here are all the seedlings and the various different things that we're consistently growing. So there you have young avocados, various peppers, mangoes ready for grafting, trays with little limes growing in them, peppers and pomegranates and sugar apples and all that. So that is what keeps us from going to the shop as often as we need to. And, you know, I'm not against strawberries and raspberries and all the imported fruit, but if there comes a time when they're not available or we're not able to access them, we have plenty of wonderful locally grown fruits that we can live off of.